Thank you, Simon, and hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be with you all today. In this next session, it's my great pleasure to be joined by Ravi WC, who is the Global Head of Sales and Marketing at Rakuten Mobile. Welcome, Ravi, and congratulations for the recent announcement that is going to be a breakthrough in the entire telecommunication industry.
Good morning. Thank you, Gianfranco. Good to be with you.
Thank you for joining us. I bet it's a very busy moment for you. So we are very fortunate to learn from Rakuten Mobile today about the experience of taking bold steps actually in the cloud and the benefits that that can bring. So let me go to the first question, Ravi, right away. I would have asked about the opportunities that the Rakuten communication platform, say a cloud-native platform on 5G, would bring to clients. But now with the recent announcement is more about sharing the secrets behind the success and the announcement itself. Over to you, Ravi.
Yeah, you know, it's very timely. The recent announcement is quite exciting. We're super enthused about the opportunity to do it yet again, this time in the heart of Europe, in a very quality sensitive nation, Germany, where we will be building for our partner 1&1 or 1&1, the fourth mobile operator of Germany, the next generation cloud native Open RAN based network. But I'll go back a little bit of the history of where we started. The reason we adopted cloud native and Open RAN for our network in Japan is because we were entering a market that is highly competitive, saturated by three incumbents, NTT Docomo, SoftBank, and KDDI. And we wanted to enter that market with a completely different cost structure to our network so we can compete on price, but also compete on services, agility, and immersive experiences that we offer to our customers. And 1&1 in Germany is really no different. They are currently an MVNO. They aspire to be the fourth MNO in the country, reduce their cost structure, have full control over their network, and really provide experiences and services that differentiate them. So we believe this trend will continue, Gianfranco, and I believe you and I speak to many operators around the world who are very, very keen on crossing that chasm. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. We're very excited to turn our innovative solution, innovative approach, innovative architecture that we built in Japan into a business on its own by offering it and enabling the mobile operators of the future as they transition from 4G to 5G to adopt this cloud-native software-centric Open RAN-based architecture.
Ravi, thank you for sharing such a fantastic story. I have to say congratulations again for what you are achieving. And I'm really fascinated about listening the story, the success story of Rakuten for a number of reasons. We keep and we see actually in the market the two converging forces that are changing every single industry. On one end is the unprecedented computing capacity that cloud, 5G edge are bringing to bear. And the other one is the fact that online transactions, intelligent devices are generating millions of data every second. So the ability of process those data analytics, data science, artificial intelligence, combined with the computing power, are creating an unprecedented environment for new companies to come up, and Rakuten is a fantastic example of that, and for existing companies to rethink themselves. So I think you are playing at that convergence the best possible way. Does it resonate with you? Is this what you see, Ravi?
Gianfranco, it resonates so well. You're absolutely right. I'd like to go back in history a bit. We all remember that transition from a circuit switch to converged packet switch network for telco networks. We all remember in recent history the transformation of leveraging cloud and generic compute systems for most enterprise workloads. Definitely a little bit less complex than the telco environment. What we're seeing right now is another chasm that is being crossed by mobile operators around the world to leverage this enhancement in compute capabilities, network capabilities, and software capabilities that have come about in the last 5 to 7 years in the telco industry. Parallel to that is the transformation that happened with 3GPP on the standards of 4G and 5G with the adoption of Open RAN and software-based systems that provide a more open, more elastic environment for telco operators and rid them from the shackles of the traditional telco vendors who had dominated the world of their networks for many, many decades. So we see these dynamics playing out. But most importantly, as you alluded to earlier, is the operators are still feeling the pinch from both sides, the pinch from vendors and the exuberant cost that they get charged by the traditional vendors, but also the pinch from the over-the-top service providers that have continued to monetize their networks near for free, I would say. Things have changed in the last few years, but really still the over-the-top still enjoy a global platform of all the telcos around the world where they can reach their customers and offer services and monetize that network. So what we're seeing is mobile operators are looking at better profitability and lower cost structure for their network, but most importantly, the ability to be agile. Traditional telco networks have been designed and etched in stone. The way the reason I say etched in stone is when you design and dimension a telco network, you really dimension it to a capacity and a performance that is static. That does not work anymore because the customer dynamics and the customer behavior is not static anymore. Especially in the last year and a half and 2 years, some of the most challenging time in modern history, I would say, with COVID and the pandemic, we see a completely different needs and different dynamics happening with the digital transformation of companies, the work behavior, and even the personal behavior in leveraging digital techniques, video conferencing, media and content, and tools that help us continue to live and continue to run with all these challenging environments that we're facing. So the telco networks of the past will not serve us in the future. And that's why we feel so passionate about the architecture that we have put together, where it is elastic, it is self-serving, it is automated, it is orchestrated, where the needs for thousands of people, thousands of eyes and hands managing, monitoring, troubleshooting the network cannot be the solution anymore. So our architecture serve the needs of the mobile opcos of the future, both greenfield and brownfield, I would say. And in the next 3 to 5 years, we'll see that happen as the transition from 4G to 5G takes place. And I believe the new breed of telco operators with this new cost structure and this new elasticity and automation in their network will have to become supreme. The old telco model of building networks and running businesses on the traditional methodologies will simply not work for them in the next few years as we transition towards a more immersive and more more rich experience for our customers and constituents.
That's fantastic. I realize that we're coming close to the end of our chat, Ravi, but there is one question that I really need to ask you, because innovators seems to do many things very well. And one of these things is their ability to deal with talent. So the question to you is, Rakuten being such a successful innovator, when it comes to talent, how you galvanize, motivate, transform the culture. Because even Rakuten being a new company, a relatively new company, you've changed the nature of the company itself many times already. So how you do that? Share us some secrets.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, the legacy and history of Rakuten comes from an internet-facing digital business, e-commerce, fintech, media, content. So when we embarked on this journey in telecom and adopted this cloud-native, Open RAN, software-centric approach to our network, we realized immediately we needed the marriage of both the knowledge of the telco technologies of the past, but also a deep understanding of cloud and software. And we adopted a model where we have a unified organizational structure where we don't separate the network organization from the IT organization. We don't separate the understanding of cloud and software from the understanding of proper telco network dimensioning and sizing and tuning and optimizing and hardening. So our challenge was to try and combine the talents of the future in cloud and software and automation with the experience of the past of building reliable and stable and effective telco networks. I know it's easy said than done. We did face a lot of challenges, but that was the key for us, Gianfranco, and it was really important for us to have the partnerships that enable us to launch ourselves into this journey where we could leverage and infuse the knowledge of cloud, the knowledge of software, the knowledge of AI and automation into the traditional knowledge of how to build a mobile network. Because at the end of the day, you still have to set up towers and set up the antennas on those towers. So a lot of things did not change still, but many things have changed. And we evolved our org structure and talent capabilities accordingly.
Well, thank you very much, Rabi, for sharing your experience and insights. It was actually wonderful to hear how your cloud-native mobile network can quickly scale and be successful the way you described and support the many opportunities that 5G actually enables. So as Rabi shared, well, the Rakuten mobile story clearly demonstrates the cloud is paving the way for the dynamic continuum of capabilities that you have heard about many times today. Thank you again for participating, and thank you, Rabi, and congratulations again for the success of Rakuten. Thank you.
Thank you, Gianfranco. Take care. Talk soon.